Hello everybody, welcome to another video. GW2 just put out another trailer. I've had a pretty interesting day talking to some people about upcoming plans for the rest of the month, and I've decided to do a bit of Grimrock. As you can see here, we're paused. It's because there's two rat guys about to attack us, and as I was setting things up, I realised they just rounded the corner. So here we go. This is exactly where we left off before. There is no reloading of saves, even though we did miss something pretty cool last episode. I guess I'll show you guys that. I don't know, maybe I can find a clip on YouTube from some other person who may have seen it. But in the event that I can't, I guess I'll cut it in now. What you should be looking at is the Island Master upstairs. When we were at the save crystal in the hamlet, you can actually see the Island Master activating the save crystal, which is something really cool. We, however, were distracted by those wargs around the entrance and unfortunately missed it. Every time I've come to this save crystal, apparently I've missed it because I didn't even know it existed. And yeah, so basically we see him doing that, and that's going to become relevant later. Today, I'll tell you guys, on my test file, I've gone really to some very interesting places, and they're not even that far away from where we currently are in the series. So I'm really excited to be able to show that stuff to you guys. Basically, I'm going to be playing for quite a while. First goal is actually to get out of the sewers here, which is surprisingly a lot easier than I thought it was on original visits. However, we got super lost, as you can see from the last episode, which was a complete and utter disaster. But over here, you should see, this is roughly where we fell down. We've got a greater potion of healing, and oh my god, another Rattling. I think most of these guys have been cleared out at this point. The sewer is kind of interesting because it's very, I keep saying this about dungeon floors, I suppose. It's very non-linear. Anyway, we've got the sewer exit west here, and should we decide to climb up this, which we haven't done so far, you'll find this stairway. And it'll actually take you back out in the regular hamlet. In fact, very near to somewhere we were before. This is the sewer axis down here. And so we're not really locked in there at all, despite what I initially thought. On my test file, I was here at basically, and I'm going to do this just to show you guys. I was here at like sunset, and it looked amazing down this little archway. I know, this isn't very good on the old resources. But it looked so good. Look at the colour of the sky right now. Oh my god. Beautiful, just looking out at the sea. Oh my god. And this was my first view when I finally got out of the sewers, and it was all wonderful. The other thing I'd really like to do quite quickly, before we start, we're currently in a serious food situation as well. We only have some blueberry pie. We got some stuff. We got this tongue and we got some warg meat, but we really are struggling with food, and we're about to sort that out. However, on the surface, last episode, we also got the hub key, and you literally just place that in here, right in this little section, near the center of the hamlet. And so if we drop this thing in here, you can see there's a sign that says the hub. And this teleporter now takes us back in here. So check it out. That's actually all 4 teleporters done. That does not do anything with this doorway, as you might have expected it to. So we'll deal with that later. I actually don't want to drop anything off here anyway. We're just going to go straight back into the hamlet. And, wow, it became dark very, very quickly. It's almost like time moves while you're in the teleporter. And what we're going to do is go back downstairs. This should be a fairly exciting episode. I wish I'd mentioned to you guys, but we're actually going to fight a boss this episode. And I talked to you guys about a specific firearm drop that I'm excited about. We'll be getting that this episode here, plus a bunch of other stuff. So let's head back down. We climbed up from... I guess there's nothing over here, right? There's only one sort of difficult secret in the whole sewers. A lot of it you don't really have to scrape or look around on walls, which is great. Here we've got this face, and if we fall down, you'll notice we actually fell down 2 floors here. This is what I was originally looking for last episode, and it's a long way before we can get to a ladder to climb back out. So, right at the end there, near where this face is, and I guess you're maybe baited into it a little bit because of the face. If you actually drop down, you'll find that this hallway goes a long way. And now we're 2 floors under right now. You'll find a bag here. If you don't have the light spell either, you'll notice very subtly there is a switch there which opens this gate. Now you're going to want to move quickly. We can climb up 1 floor. We're starting to drown already. And then we can climb up again. And we come into this beautiful room. This is one of my favorite little underground rooms. Maybe it's because it's the only situation we've seen plants. I've actually noticed on the workshop for Grimrock, people are posting like their modded maps and stuff, and sort of demonstrating that you can have outside areas even in dungeons. I don't know. Anyway, so look, they're using the plants in here. Look at how beautiful this room is. This is such a pretty secret. And the main thing about this is we're going to get a lot of food, guys. There's nothing really up the top, as you can see, except we've got this lockpick here, which is always good. I'll swap Loto Path for a background there. But if we drop in the water, you'll notice that there's a lot of fish. This is something that a lot of people have talked about, actually. Just the idea that there's this secret with tons of fish. This always comes, I feel like, for most players, especially if it's your first time through the game, at a great time. Like, the food starts to feel low, and somehow, I don't know, maybe it's just because of the order I've played the game in or something, but it feels like they really reward you. I can't believe I'm drowning. What am I doing here? It feels like they really, really reward you with a secret like this. It's funny that just food can be enough to keep you sated, keep you happy as a player, but it totally is. Look at all this fish we're going to be able to get. And I've heard weird things about maybe how fish respawn in here too, but I haven't been able to confirm them, so I'm not 100% on that yet. There's another supposed thing in the game where you can farm herder caps as well. I guess in probably one of the... Oh, maybe that's in the bog. It's in the boss fight in the bog. If you just leave all those things up, you can just permanently keep getting experience. Alright, well, we got those. Sadly, all these fish are really far away, and I don't want to drown, so there we go. Thing is, because everyone's energy is so much higher, we can survive underwater a lot longer than we could before. We're much fitter, we've got much more lung capacity. Here you'll notice as well, we have a slot for a gold key. So we'll put that in there, and you might be wondering, well, what the hell did that do, wooden potatoes? We haven't actually seen a gold door anywhere. Well, in here, on the left, next to this last little fish here, you can actually find, oh look, we do have something. So this here is going to be the crystal shield. Now, I now have two really powerful shields, basically the two best shields in the game as far as I'm aware. We've got the meteor shield, with evasion +7, resist fire +10. And we've got the crystal shield, which is just evasion +10. Don't forget, shields are supposed to enable you to evade damage in this game. It's not necessarily protection. So what do we want to do? The thing is, the pearl shield is giving us +25 energy. This +25 energy allows us to devastate twice. So I don't think I want to swap this off of Junker just for a little bit more evasion. And yes, he's in the positive evasion, so it would matter, but I just don't see it, okay? So, the other thing that the crystal shield gives you is immunity to petrify, and you can see the flavor text here reads that the crystals embedded in this shield radiate with blue light. And what I'm actually going to do is dump that over on Sanon, because I really think Sanon is going to start using the full crystal set at some point. That said, I do want to equip this meteor shield just for a moment. Now, I've saved this for now in the series. The last episode I told you guys we couldn't use it because we didn't have concentration 2. That is only for the special ability on the shield, and it's kind of a cool idea to have a shield with a special ability. Indeed, this does have one. It casts a fire shield on Junker, but we already have that with Sanon anyway, right? And he's got so much mana anyway, it's not too costly for us to do that when we need it. So we don't care about this 2 concentration. However, we're going to equip it just for a second because... Damn it, he doesn't have the head. I forgot he doesn't have the meteor head just yet. Okay, fine. All right, look, well, we're going to keep this around so that he can have the full meteor set. We're actually going to finish another set very soon also. We'll put some of these fish back into this box so that we don't get totally burdened down. And there'll be a similar thing with Sanon too. So there you go. That's this secret. Pretty cool. Crystal shield. Necessary gear if you want to get all the chiefs in the game, for example. And then obviously a bunch of food. And that's going to help us out. Let's move down. And I guess torches as well if you want. And moving back isn't really so difficult because, of course, the switch has already been pulled. You can just come through here, climb the 2 ladders, and there we go. That's what I wanted to start on in the sewers, guys. Last episode. And we went on a massive detour. It was ridiculous. There we go. We'll climb up it. Now, you'll notice something else as well. There's this room over here, and I guess we'll clear this out. This is, again, where I accidentally went into last episode. And we went into the giant room where I fired the crossbow quarrel, and it was all just a big mess. Well, if we climb up this here, we'll be able to reclaim that straight away. There you go. Look at this. Look at me sorting all this stuff out. Wait, hold on. Where is that? Did we just automatically reclaim it? I guess we did. So we're in this room, and there's a bunch of Zarktons in this room. This is the only place you'll find Zarktons in the sewer. None of them are swimming around. Oh, how was that a miss? That sucks. That was such a good hit. Here you'll see fire elementals coming. So we can cast a fire shield in a second. They will aggro from a long, long way away. But the thing is... Oh, no, I fizzled. There, we killed it. Thank God. We can't actually range them. We can do a pretty significant amount of range damage. The one thing you'll notice here that's very cool is the Zarktons. Oh, no, never mind. I thought they were actually jumping gaps there, and that would have been crazy. But yeah, there's a few fire elementals. These are the spawns, I believe, that will not be in the sewers if you come to the sewers, like, right away. There we go. That's one. There you go. See, and you can even one-shot them. They're very, very squishy. I don't think you actually get the fire elementals if your first trip to the sewers is, like, before you've done, say, the cemetery and stuff. They only spawn after that, which is kind of cool. So we're seeing some more spawns here. So what's in this giant room? We lost another boat, didn't we? Probably landed on one of the islands. Well, what we've got... Ah, damn, I told myself I was going to look it up. What we've got are a bunch of little islands made up of... essentially, if the room was made of, like, pixels or whatever, they'd be made up of 4 pixels each, okay? And there's a special term for that. I was watching this video this guy did about why Tetris is the perfect game in his eyes, okay? And in this video, he's using this technical term to describe shapes that only have like 4 pixels. And he was talking about how Tetris can only work with shapes of that specific complexity. If you try and do 3 pixels, there's not enough variety. If you try and do 5, sorry, it just suddenly becomes like this overwhelming, ridiculous thing. Anyway, so yeah, these are a special type of thing that I wish I remembered, and you know, could be all intelligent and stuff. But otherwise, we just have a big empty room. We've got a door there with some kind of a chest behind it, which is our ultimate goal. But what else? Nothing really, right? We've got another thing here, another look into that room. But how does that help us? I think underwater there might be the odd random drops. There's probably one of our crossbow things. But there's no secret buttons, no nothing like that in here. There is just a bunch of ladders onto these little islands. And so what is the deal? Have we mapped it all out? We'll map it out in a second. So, what the deal is this note we got a long while ago that Loto Pafo's been holding on to. Do you remember this map here? It's showing us these islands. Now, this is a really weird puzzle to me. I have to be honest with you guys. I looked this one up because, I mean, logically, I looked at this and I saw, okay, so what? It's got them listed out, and these are clearly the islands in here, but how does that help me? And very vaguely, I thought to myself, you know, maybe I just have to go in this order. Maybe it's like you go top left, top middle, top right, bottom left, and then bottom right, right? Like as if you were reading a book. Maybe this is the order you're supposed to do it. But it's not very clear that it's an order because there's only 5 things, right? It's hard to tell if they're just sort of filling space on the page or whether they're actually written out on the page like you'd read a book, for example. So it crossed my mind, but I just sort of threw it away. Like there's no pressure pads or anything to stand on here. So how could this possibly mean that? Well, it turns out that is exactly what the secret means. You're just meant to go on this weird hunch and visit each of the islands in the order that this note depicts, as if top left were 1 and bottom right were 5. And you just have to come to those conclusions yourself. So the first one is probably the most complicated shape, which is actually this one here just in front of us. So we're going to start our little secret quest here. And this whole room, by the way, this whole giant room with a very pretty ceiling and stuff, is purely for the secret. What we're going to do is come along here. Now, I believe to activate the secret, you don't have to stand on every single square of these quaternaries. No, they're not quaternaries, are they? Whatever. You don't have to stand on every pixel, okay? But I'm going to do that just to be, just make sure that I map everything out. So we've got that. We get no click noise. We get no sound. Nothing spawns. Nothing telling us that we're doing anything remotely right. But okay. Now we're going to go do the L platform, and obviously they're all oriented differently and stuff. So the L one's over here, and you've got 2 things to figure out. Number 1, where it is, and number 2, which ladder to actually climb up to get there. So we're going to climb up this ladder here. And this puts us on the L-shaped island, of which I'm going to explore all of. And here we go, we get some crossbow quarrels here. That's up to 24, that's cool. Okay, so we've got that, and now the note says that we need to do that other one that's the line with the bit sticking out on the top and the bottom, and that's actually in the other corner here. Right up there is where the ladder is, so we're going to drop down, and we shouldn't drown on our way there, but we're just going to keep going. Make sure we don't climb any of these ladders, get to the far side, and then climb this one here. And there you go, we're now here, and I'm going to step on every single one of these little bits just to map this out. There you go. And then we've got the plus-shaped one, which is just sort of across from us right now. So again, we're going to come over here. We're going to identify where the ladder was to climb up so we can get there nice and quickly. I think maybe the failure clause is climbing the wrong ladder. I think that might be the point. There you go, so we got this one. And I think the idea is that you're underwater, so there's a bit of pressure, but we can breathe so well underwater now, it doesn't matter. And lastly, we've got the, probably my favorite Tetris piece, the one where it's just flat and then you've got the bit sticking up in the middle, which is directly over here. So when we stand on this, you'll suddenly notice that a teleporter appears. Again, no sound effects to go with anything, just the teleporter appears. By going through the teleporter, you'll notice we're behind this gate that we were looking through earlier, and we can actually get at this chest. So pretty cool, weird to me, I guess. But here we get some more crystal stuff. So these are the crystal gauntlets. Saturn can hold these just fine without weighing himself down. A faint, soothing hum can be heard emanating from the crystals. They're very garish, but I think they're probably one of the coolest armor sets in the game. Protection plus 15 and health plus 5. And then we get 3 more throwing axes, which of course we don't really mind about. But hey, we wanted this for the secret. We want to ultimately get the achievement to find all 77 secrets in the game. And so far we're at 100% for that. So there you go. We got that lever there, and we can come back out into this room. Now, am I thinking of a different room? Yeah, no, I think I just sort of tricked myself out there for a second, and that in fact we are okay. There was some etherweed here, so yeah. I thought for a second there could have been a door in this room, but I think I was totally wrong. So yeah, once we're done with all of that, that's pretty much us golden. That was all that room's there for. We can come back out through this grate, back into the regular tunnels, areas we were in before. More etherweed, that's fine. More frost bombs in theory, more mana. And now we just want to keep exploring. Now, I'm not going into this recording with like an iron fist over myself, making sure I know every little move I make and at which point. I did say I wanted to do a boss fight with you guys this video though. So maybe that's what we should focus on now. Would you guys like to see that? What you're going to find really is a lot of locked doors at first. And it seems kind of intimidating. We're going to get a key in a second. And the key is like, oh, where do you want to use it? Can you use it for any of these locked doors and go through all these places? But the game's actually tricking you out. And there is only one possible place you can use it in. Here we got some more lightning bombs. Hoping to not weigh myself down too much here. Here we get just a lever. Very small little side chamber with a weapon we don't really care about. But here you've got a two-handed sword. I think this is the first of these we've seen. We're over-leveled for it. And it's got cleave, which we've seen before. It's a heavy two-handed weapon that scales on strength. 6-second cooldown. I don't know. Maybe? No, there's no way that's better than what we've currently got. So yeah. It's always the cooldowns that catch me, though. There we've got a ladder that takes us up, which was the ladder that we went up last episode, takes you to the shrine, which will be our goal very shortly. There you see a power gem. This power gem is our ultimate goal. This is something that's in the sewers. Once we've got that, we can actually go to the Shrine of Air upstairs and craft our final thing. Like, things will start rapidly happening very soon, guys. So that's our final goal. But unlike before, if we look down, there isn't actually a way to get through. So we got kind of a complicated little detour we're going to want to make here before we can actually get through there. And it's all going to start. Here we've got this place called Sewer Exit South. And that's talking about the ladder, sorry. And over here, is this the detour or shortcut, as it was calling it? Yeah, there you go. There's the shortcut. So, what we want to do to go on this little quest to get this orb is head down this hallway here. Now, you'll notice pretty much everywhere we've had dead ends now, okay? Even over here was back near the start, near the save crystal, but that was locked. Here, we've got a long hallway that goes down. And on the floor in this hallway, which we saw at the start of the episode as I accidentally almost wandered in here, it says, enter at your own risk. And further, if we go over here and look through this grate just along this wall on the left, you can find another note, which sort of is pointing into that same area. And this note says, do not disturb. There's also 2 cheese wedges here, which is interesting. Why would there be cheese wedges here? Are you hungry, Tickrit? There you go. I guess you can enjoy that. He actually didn't get too much nutrition from that. So we're going to totally ignore these 2 ominous signs. And we're going to walk inside, and we're going to notice there's a pressure pad. And we're immediately going to save the game and prepare ourselves. You notice that there's a keyhole here. You can tell what's going to happen when we tread on this. So let's prepare ourselves. We're going to go in the darkness. We're going to... I guess we could make a speed potion, right? How do we make speed? Etherweed and Falconskaya. Okay, so Etherweed, Falconskaya. No, that's not the right one. God damn it, I did the wrong thing. Etherweed... Wait, did I? Hello? No, that's an antidote. What the heck? Speed potion. Oh, it's 2 Falconskaya. Ah, see, that always catches you out. There you go. We barely make any of these, but these are really, really powerful. So we'll do these. We'll do Lotopatha as well. This is going to be a lot of clicking I'm doing here. But there we go. So we're in the darkness. We're going to... everyone is going to drink a speed potion. I'm not going to go rage because it lowers your accuracy. Sanon, we don't really care so much about. I don't know why. I guess I'm just neglecting him. We're going to feed Lotopatho before this goes terrible because he's going to need to be fighting fit. And we're running out of speed potion already. And we're going to stealth ourselves. We're going to head in the room. And here you will find the Rattling boss. Now, he will not attack us because he hasn't seen us. And what you'll notice here is as we kill other Rattlings in the area, which we're going to do very quickly here, he is actually taking damage. The whole room is full of Rattlings. Now, Rattlings aren't super deadly to us anymore. Do you remember when we were first in the Twig Root dungeon, how dangerous they were? Well, they're not super deadly anymore, but they are still pretty bad. The really cool thing that I've done here, though, and it's nice to see that you can replicate this, is because I stealthed when I first walked in, the Rattling boss has no idea we're in here, so he's just slowly dying, slowly getting sapped down of his energy, and he hasn't got a clue of what's going on. So this is the best way to actually fight this guy. It's a bit cheesy, I suppose. Oh god, now he's noticed us. I wanted him to notice us anyway because I wanted to show off his abilities. So he's got this giant frigging cannon, and if we get hit by the cannon, it actually has knockback. Look at that. It also did 114 frigging damage to Jonker there, which is scary as all hell. Has anyone got a potion? I know Tickrit's got a crappy one. I know he's got a good one as well. So it does a lot of damage. It's got huge knockback, and he will keep you at range a very consistent amount. Oh god, there's another Rattling to our side there. But the best thing you can do really to fight this guy is just kill all the little dudes, because it just gives you that much more freedom. You will have to actually damage him even after all the little guys are dead too. But affording yourself that freedom is really, really useful. There you go. So we'll do that and we'll do that. And now he's getting a bit lower. I'm actually really concerned that Jonker is taking so much damage here. I don't know how. Oh, no, 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 no. Ow, ow, ow. Careful, guys, careful. Lotopatho, of course, broke his hand. That's pretty bad. Now, we could always stealth again and go for another backstab. Oh, no, how did he die? What is this? Why, man? Oh, nobody dies when I'm playing when I'm not recording for you guys. Friggin' Lotopatho. Okay, hold on. He's around here. So we're just hiding around this pillar. This reminds me an awful lot of that scene in Lord of the Rings where they're hiding from the cave troll. Oh, my goodness. Please. Stop. I actually managed to set him on fire with a fire spell once before as well. Jesus, why is he so dangerous at the moment? Oh my god, how did that even miss? I hate you so much right now. No, 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 why? What? He needs experience. He needs experience. Oh my god, we're going to use another res potion. My resources are crumbling away while I'm recording with you guys in this sewer. What is happening to us? Here we go, one more fireball. Please kill him. Jesus. Well, there you go. There's an example of him. I had a much nicer time fighting him once before as well, where I sort of stealthed a little bit late, so he actually tried to walk out the way that we came in. He was wandering around in this corridor down here, which is of course locked now, and the door won't let us through. But he was down here, and I just sort of had free reign, and then when he came in, I just did massive damage and ended up killing him. I suppose we could have stealthed, gone for a bunch more backstabs. That's a little bit cheesy though, we've done that a bit much. Anyway, there you go, that's the Rattling boss. There's a whole ton of loot in here, including 2 keys for us. This incredible weapon here, which is the firearms dream. And I guess I'll show that off to you guys next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Next episode, I'm pretty sure we'll get that power gem. I mean, look at the sewers already, how much, honestly, we've explored. We'll get that power gem through a short little puzzle. We'll combine it at the Shrine of Air, and then, oh my god, guys, at that point, we're ready to enter the castle. I'll see you next time.